Да нет, все так же 3. 4. Ну да, даже это можно переделать в электрический урон. Вообще-то штука хорошая. И урон большой. Рассеивание. Но у этой штуки нет рассеивания. Ну, потому что она стреляет одиночными выстрелами. Вот, можно тогда либо эту штуку сделать, либо этот пулеметик. Или коррозию. Электрический, ну если можно в коррозию переделать, то, потому что коррозия против брони. Она и против брони, ну, на людях, например, на органических целях, и, собственно, против врагов тоже будет неплохо действовать. А электрический чисто против роботов. Но, наверное, лучше, конечно, чем коррозийный против роботов будет работать, но тем не менее. Не знаю. Я просто думал пользоваться разными видами оружия. Ну, то есть и легкими, и тяжелыми, и этими энергетическими. Ожог. Даже не знаю, как лучше. Просто ручной пулемет это, ну, относительно ближняя дистанция, так как разброс у него вроде очень сильный. Он очень скорострельный, но разброс сильный. Можно из нее сделать электрический урон и пользоваться, ну, именно против роботов. Наверное, этот, как его, специальный эффект поменяется на что-то. 50%, 93. Другой какой-то, не знаю. Он, правда, плазма стреляет. Я помню, что ручные пулеметы просто очень хорошие. Очень хорошие. Но в таком случае тогда лучше поменять штурмовуху на ручной пулемет. По идее. Ну, по идее, зачем мне два автомата, да? Кто знает. Ладно, давай тогда эту хрень переделаю. Этих штук улучшалок все равно там до хера будут встречаться. Поэтому... Какой-нибудь прицел еще можно даже поставить. Берем синенький. А, нет, ожог так и остался. Я не против. Ожог так ожог. А можешь порвать, тогда дать это, пулемет. И пускай с плазмой лупит. С плазмой она неплохо стреляет. Просто говорю, вот эта штука, она вроде не очень точная. Вот в чем проблема. Если намазать, наверное, будет издалека. Не знаю. Ладно, это тогда мне не надо.
Let's go. If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
Ну, с 2 выстрелов. Один, правда, заряженный был. 126 урона, если зарядить.
The last. I'm not sure what the ride is. All I know is the decision's final. Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Кстати, удивительно, что она что-то конкретное сказала. Я помню, когда в Mass Effect Andromeda играл, да и не только Mass Effect. Там же тоже по 2 спутника с тобой бегают. И когда бывает ситуация, и ты можешь спросить их мнение, они всегда говорят что-то расплывчатое, ничего конкретного. Мол, там есть какие-то плюсы, там какие-то плюсы, ну и минусы и там есть. В общем, делай, что хочешь. А тут она прям конкретно свое мнение выразила. Ну, это делать специально, чтобы прям вот вес, абсолютно весь вес пал на игрока. Ты принимаешь решение, никто тебе ничего не подскажет никогда. Либо второй вариант, ну, если 2 спутника, да, один говорит одно, мол, я вот за этот вариант, другой его перебивает, говорит, а я вот за другой. И тоже какие-то аргументы в эту пользу. То есть специально сохраняет такое вот нейтральное положение весов, да, чтобы все равно герой сам решал. Ну, я понимаю, почему так делается, но вроде как ощущается это как немножко, не знаю. Причем неважно, каких спутников ты возьмешь. В том же Mass Effect там же много всяких спутников, да и тут тоже не одна Парвати будет. Вот, и казалось бы, можно же взять, например, судей с характера, исходя из характера, да, людей, чтобы они сделали выбор в пользу чего-то одного, оба. Но нет, нет, специально делают так, что неважно, кого ты возьмешь, все равно один будет за один вариант, другой за другой. Не знаю, как тут, но она, по крайней мере, сейчас конкретно сказала свое мнение. Да я, собственно, и сам хотел городу оставить электричество. Вроде как там народ-то больше намного. А чуваков из лаборатории, ну, переселить бы в город. Это ж лучше. Там стены есть и все такое. В ботанической лаборатории-то места не хватит на всех, даже если все туда переберутся. Ну, не знаю. Я, конечно, люблю оранжереи, где что-то выращивают, это здорово. Ничего поделать. Туда можно идти все квесты сдавать. А, или сначала зайти в этот как. Ну, в лабораторию ботаническую. Уже вроде недалеко. Книжки чуваку отдать. Эту хренотень забрать, за которой пришел, какой там регулятор. Ну и посмотрим. Посетил я вроде все места. Можно будет потом пошататься, типа, да, прийти. Смотреть. Ну, когда сохранюсь.
Got it. Here we go. Here we go. clever.
Так, тут, наверное, возьму на износ. А то, на самом деле, довольно быстро что-то все портится. 2 раза выстрелил, все сломалось. Любит, конечно, разраб до абсурда все доводить. Видимо, большинство людей как-то по-своему понимает термин выживания в играх. Нет, ну не спорю, да, действительно выживание и все такое, но я говорю, доходит до смешного прям. Пару раз пальнул, все развалилось прям в руках. Вроде поел, попил, поспал, 2 метра прошел по улице, все, опять хочешь спать. Есть, пить, ужас какой-то. Логичка. Как по мне, это перебор. Это превращает игру в геморрой. Да, я понимаю, выживание, все дела, но это слишком. Они сами, наверное, не играют на этой сложности. Так, может, что-то побегал, кто-то часик просто. Вроде норм, вроде интересно, ну и ладно. Еще же есть травмы, всякие переломы, там, как это называется, оглушение. Не оглушение, ну, в общем, все это статы уменьшает, причем сильно. Пар какой-то.
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. No kidding. Really? Well, which one? Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Well, don't keep me in suspense. Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment. Well, don't keep me in suspense. The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible! You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids, on the other hand. We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway? Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator. Well, shit, I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together. Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients. Edgewater's cemetery's got corpses aplenty, enough for a generation's worth of crops.
Ну, было бы неплохо.
Got it. Heads down.
Было бы неплохо, если они все вернулись туда. Так, что там замки? У меня было что-то на замке, опять забыл. Да. О, теперь 2. Так, ну туда сначала на корабль. Пожарный, сохранюсь. Говорить, наверное, с ними не буду. Она, мол, просила как бы сказать им, что им придется возвращаться. Нет, ну им придется возвращаться, конечно, только я...
Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what to do is all.
Просто вдруг, если я их смогу убедить, то мне засчитают задание выполненным. И еще что, я сначала с Ридом тогда поболтаю. О, ну да, все, мне осталось только, по сути, все квесты сдать в городе. А, ну еще квест вот этого чувака сделал. Робот какой-то. Конечно, фобия роботов. Робофобия.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think? Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Edgewater was on the verge of collapse before you showed up. You sent them power, and now the town might see another season. All this time, you've been determined to get your regulator back, get your ship up and running, and cut a path out of this place. And well, I want in.
Да, пожалуйста, я не против.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
А, кстати, бонус еще дается. То есть я получу 4 с него и еще плюс 2, что ли? Никогда внимания на это не обращал. Нет, еще 4 получил. А, он бонусом дает. Я думал, он просто увеличивает количество этих. Зачем считается-то? Фиг его знает. Извлечь базовую модификацию. 20% вероятность, что вы отремонтируете предметы идеального состояния, увеличив их ценность и прочность. Уменьшает количество для ремонта. Это фиг его знает. Или он просто имеет в виду это быстрее? Не, наверное, ничего не дает. Я что-то напутал. Так, ну это нормально. Тоже пока сойдет. Вот. Да, сохраняться надо на верхнюю. А потом, когда я начну записывать еще раз, уже на нижнюю, она перейдет вверх, и на нее же буду сохраняться. И если даже что-то случится опять, я просто загружусь вот с этого. Ну и мне придется не всю игру там, например, перепроходить, а только то, что я уже записал. Да. А тогда я сохранялся каждый раз, ну туда-сюда, туда-сюда, туда-сюда. Ну и, собственно, мне осталось только по новой начать. Ну, либо просто что-то пропустить тогда. А потом сказать, ну, в видосе, мол, все, 2 часа в никуда, и просто на словах объяснить, что я делал. Но это так не пойдет. Что это такое?
Okay, keep them quiet. Here we go! Nice one! Don't mess with us.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit?
Not today. Just helping this fella.
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss. Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house. Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you? Yeah? What about him? Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away, vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead. Let me know if you find anything. You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Yeah?
Heard something outside the walls today.
It's not the best choice. Use
Oh, I cut my own hair.
What can I do for you? Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Almost lost a finger in the cannery today.
I've never actually been in here.
What I can do about that?
Seemed scary from the outside.
Something to report? We pay by the finger. What do you have for me? Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. Was just a kid last I saw him. Shame. I'll just need your signature here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me? Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork. Here we are. Bertie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma. Bert was the local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus. You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations. Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all Marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people. Ever since the company first settled the Vale. Life's good out here, but it ain't easy. Some folk can't keep pace with the demands of frontier life. Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater. Some turn deserter, some turn marauder. None of them get my sympathy. Uh-huh. I recall young Eugene. Good kid. Nice smile. Fussy about his health, though. Took a little too much adrenatime. That'll do a number on your brain matter. Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legally accounted for side effect of adrenatime. What's on your mind?
Almost lost a finger in the cannery today.
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead. All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic. I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do. All right, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you. Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons. That's all I can ask of you.
You wanna mingle, go try the cantina. Let's see it. Don't keep us waiting. I don't know what that means. Is that some sort of medical condition? Is my plague getting worse or something? Sweet life-giving nostrum. The first hit's always the best. Scratched together all the bits I had around the domicile. It ain't as much as you deserve, but it's all I got. You're wringing the blood out of me. Here, you can have whatever's in my pockets. Heard something outside the walls.
It's a fine new day in Edgewater. The cannery hums, streetlights and faces glow. I suppose this means the two of you were able to sort out the matter? The greater good can be difficult to determine. None of us can know the effects of our decision in a year, or 10, or 100. Take comfort in the fact that your choices are always, ultimately, in line with the grand plan. From our own graveyard, just outside the gates. And Silas had not even an inkling. What do they pay the man for?
He spends all day digging graves, Vicar. Sir. Sometimes he's got to sleep.
Yes, of course. My reaction was unreasonable.
Flowers grow well enough, and creeping ivies, and the fuzzies that grow on rocks, but we don't eat none of that.
It is my understanding that none of the local life, plant or animal, is edible. Earth crops are grown in farms, not isolated cannery towns. Once the spark of life is fled, the mortal form is but unanimated matter, comprised of the same elements as the rest of the universe. We inter for the comfort of the living, not the benefit of the dead. While distasteful, I would judge Ms. McDevitt's actions beneficial to the greater good. Then I would counsel them to work through their emotions and assess the matter rationally. Animals are ruled by their hearts. Humans were gifted with intellect for a purpose. Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn. Overreacting? Do you have any idea how many years I spent in... No. You couldn't possibly know, could you? I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted. Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony. Yes, you're right. Such are the workings of the equation. And I've only my own hubris to blame. I certainly never planned for this contingency. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew. Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual counseling, and I'd be happy to watch your back. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well. Well, understanding computers is, though I admit I took it further than most. And I was quite the 32nd back during my seminary days. Left many an opponent bleeding on the field. Of course, I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling. More dedicated than any other you'll find in this colony. I joined the OSI to help decipher the grand plan. But instead, I ended up the vicar in a prison due to ignorance and politics. Then I came here. Satisfied? Most laypeople are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's the long and short of it. So, what do you think? Fantastic. I promise you won't regret this.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. It is my esteemed pleasure to serve as your crew vicar, Captain.
moving. Yep, be right over.
Sure.
Coming back. All right, I'm on the move.
I'm going.
No problem. I'll head over.
On my way.
Everyone all right?
side voices.